we already started? Oh, I'm right on time to watch Taiwan live TV!
Hi everyone, MJ here. We are in Jubei, and I know it's not late night, even though the title said so. Ha, that's okay. That's a standard introduction. I want to say hi. Yeah, I'm trying to navigate this traffic. The traffic can be really squirrely. Guys that don't understand which side of the road to drive on like that person clearly doesn't understand that he has to pull forward and over so he can drive on the right hand side to try to cut into the left in front of me. It is early morning there. Hi Dean, how are you? One thing I didn't do is, and I got to do this right now, there we go. I just want to add, there we go. I just want to make sure that I add the D-Live overlay. Good morning everyone. We are broadcasting on several platforms at once. We are broadcasting on, let's see. What are all the platforms we got going? We got D-Live, Periscope, Twitch, Africa, and YouTube. Hello Ken, welcome on YouTube. You see what a beautiful day it is? You know, yesterday we had that typhoon and it didn't do a whole lot, but boy was it howling and raining last night. Oh, you're watching Hong Kong, watching, okay. Well, it's a sad story. We know the end. Sorry to say that, but yeah, so if you look at the sky, I mean, look how blue it is. There's barely a cloud, but there's no air pollution. And when I came down the hill, my house is up on a plateau in Hukou, in the industrial park, if you look at that on a map. And there's probably about a 90-meter difference between this section and where I live. And so, we're going to go up that hill. But coming down a little while ago, nicely done. The mountains were so clearly visible because of the sky. Look at this. And I've adjusted my camera to give you the full benefit of the, you know, the sky and the road as opposed to my dashboard. So I want to thank my sponsor, ivideo.com.tw. Whatever platform you're looking at, it might be in the profile, it might be in the description, but there's a 10% discount code. They got the best internet services worldwide. And you know, the last couple of streams that I had where I had internet service problems, it was because my device had inadvertently connected to the wrong network, a local Wi-Fi network where I was. And so, yeah, that explains it. But the cool part about Prism is that I can save whatever I'm streaming, and I can just upload it to YouTube later if I need to. All right. I also want to thank the devs over at Prism, because we've opened up a dialogue and they're taking a lot of my suggestions and considerations very seriously. Collardo, how are you, sir? Nice to have you with us. Welcome on YouTube. And I like it when the devs, you know, when they really take things seriously, they take the you know, the suggestions and comments and bug reports and stuff. So one of the cool things that they're looking at doing is, because they do API calls with all these different platforms because they have to stream to them, and they do retrieve the chat. If you use Prism's built-in multi-streaming, you get a beautiful chat overlay, but it doesn't burn to the stream. And they even said that all the Korean live streamers depend on third-party chat apps. I said, look, you guys could rule that space. You've got the best looking scrollable chat I've ever seen. Burn it to the stream, man. And so they said that they actually were having meetings to determine whether they wanted to pursue that. So that was really cool. So that means they took it seriously. This guy's got a problem. I think his car might be damaged. Oh, okay, yeah. Can you move out of the way? People stand in the road here. Man, oh man. Did you see that though? That guy pulled the lady out of the road. They don't think about it. See, look, I want you to notice something. There's no sidewalks. This is what happens when you have a government that basically ruled over farmers in an agricultural society, suddenly move to another place and have to build infrastructure, and they don't know how. So they don't know enough to build things like sidewalks. And it's just the way it is. So you can see what a beautiful day it is. Now we're going to take a left, and you've seen this before. We've taken this trip back. We're going to go up the hill on top of that plateau that I was telling you about. And unfortunately, you see a little bit of the mountains in the background, but unfortunately I don't think you're going to see that many. And let me do this. I'm just going to zoom in, or zoom out. Now I guess zoom in a little bit. And if we come up to there, I think you might see a little bit more of the mountains in the background just before we take that left up there. So yeah, I know I've zoomed in. I know we're missing most of the road, but I think you might catch a glimpse of the mountains back here. I'm not sure. Maybe a little bit. Yeah, just a little bit in the background. They're quite high, actually. Surprisingly high. All right. Go left. Hey, Casper, how are you? Yeah, you know this road. Casper's been up this road before. On the way to the temple. This is actually, yeah, if I went straight, I would be on the way to the temple. Yep, that's right. But I took a left to come up to my house. But that's right, Eamon Temple. And they built this huge complex over to the right. And this is a very difficult road because you see they've got the dividers here because people can't drive in one lane. They have to take, they have to weave all over the place. And so it's difficult to go in and out. I would not want to live there and have to, turn in or turn out of that complex. Now that being said, I'm going to take another left, and down the road on the right is another huge housing complex that they're building. And it's just going to be a nightmare getting in and out of that. Now I'll tell you what I can do. I don't have my gimbal with me. But I'm going to pull in up here, and I'm going to show you these mountains. And I think that's probably the best thing to do, because that way, you can see them. There's a coffee place right up here. Let me just, yeah, I'm just going to pull in right here. Now I'm going to handhold this, guys. I don't have my gimbal. I'm going to handhold this, okay? So give me a second. I'm going to leave my engine running. And I'm going to hop out, but I want you to see this, okay? So stay with me. Don't go anywhere. And, okay. This is going to be my handhold. All right. This is Jubei City. Now, let me zoom in a little bit more now. This is Jubei City. And I cannot see the screen because it's so bright. But that's the beautiful behind us. And to me, this is one of the reasons that I love Taiwan. It is just so beautiful. Look at those. Yeah. I love those mountains. All right. And we're pumping. I'll pull here in a second. Yep, there we go. So let's just go back. And show this. Yeah. And there's the highway over there, but you really can't see it. Yeah. Okay. Now this is what it looks like all zoomed all the way out, so. All right, now back into the car. We're gonna back up slowly and go back into the car. And let's see if I can pull out without getting into an accident. That would be nice. Okay, back into the bracket. Back into the bracket. Okay, very good. Thanks. Now that was really hard for me to see because it's just so bright here, but I wanted you to see the mountains. And the truth is, most of the time I can't see those. Yeah, thank you. Thanks, Coco. Most of the time I can't see them because it's all foggy and stuff. Sure, it's a you know, smog and mist. A lot of Asia is shrouded in mist, East Asia.